I know some of you might think I forgot, but being kind of a gambling man, I'll wager most of my old subs to this channel forgot. Yeah, what am I talking about, people? The foretold a long ago strong delusion. Remember that one? You want to know more? Well, stay with me, people, 'cause I'm just getting started on Sunday the 23rd of May, 2021. And what follows Sunday, good people? Yep, Monday, 8 a.m. at the Charlie Foxtrot. It's going to take me all day to mentally prepare for the week that lies ahead. Yeah, Lord willing, if the river don't rise. Now, have any of you noticed the weather sucks? I've mentioned that before. And is occurring in very strange ways. Weather whiplash, people. For those of you who still refuse to look up, who still refuse to see what's before your very eyes, yep, stratospheric aerosol injection. For you people, don't waste your time. Stop this video now, because you're not going to get it. Now, this is not a video about geoengineering. However, I believe it is a small yet very important part of this strong delusion. How so? An atmosphere of highly reflective metals, nanoparticles, would make a huge and very effective motion picture screen, would it not? Think I'm making this shit up, people? Ever heard of Project Bluebeam? Have you ever heard of holography? So let's review a couple of Bible passages. Oh, come on, people. It's just going to be a couple of them, because we have to. Just two from the King James Version to start considering the strong delusion. Because I'm going to tell you a fact here, people. When the Creator reveals the strong delusion, it's going to be awesome. And for way too many people, awesome in a horrible, bad way. And there are a number of identifiable parts that will make up the strong delusion. So let's start it out with verse 1 here that I'm going to be using. We're going to go to 2 Thessalonians 2, 10 through 13. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. Pay attention to that passage, that they might be saved. And for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. Yeah, how cool is that one, huh? Okay. Let's read the second verse, just to tell you a little more backup for how bad things could really get. Simple verse, Luke 21, verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Doesn't sound like a walk in the park, does it? Doesn't sound like a Saturday picnic? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm just going to play a quick soundbite of a 43-minute video linked below to give you a taste of what's to come. So let me set that up for you right quickly. I think I got it. I'm getting better at this, and here we go.
And look at this character right here, Aleister Crowley. He's out there in January through March of 1918 doing a series of magical experiments called the Amelantra Workings, in which he is said to have opened a portal to another dimension, allowing an entity, I believe a demon, named Lamb, to enter through it. Now, this is the drawing that he made in 1918 of this character that he apparently had some interaction with. You know, if you look at this picture, it's curiously similar to something we might call an alien gray today in pop culture. So, you know, it doesn't take a whole lot of research on this character to realize he was into some really, really dark stuff. So why did I bring this up? This is, 1918 time frame. Well, you have this character who's very much a part of the early space program, Jack Parsons, who is basically a disciple, practically an heir apparent to Crowley and all of his activities. Well, supposedly, Crowley's portal was further enlarged by Jet Propulsion Laboratory founder and rocket fuel scientist Jack Parsons. Okay, this is the guy who was one of the founding members of JPL, was a big part of NASA and the space program. And he's out there with Scientology and Dianetics founder L. Ron Hubbard in March of 1946 at a location that later became known as Area 51. They're doing all kinds of ceremonial sex magic. And they called it the Babylon Working. and it's very similar to the Elantra working, based on ceremonial sex magic. But unlike Crowley, however, they were not as adept at opening and closing portals, and theirs apparently stayed open, and the modern UFO era began 1 year later in 1947, the same year Crowley died. So, this is all going on about the same time you've got Admiral Byrd going down there for Operation High Jump. And a decade later, we got the founding of NASA, and these are the characters, okay? Freemasons, Nazis, and occultists creating the space program.
What we're thinking of as aliens are they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51.
I remember. That last part there, people, of that soundbite was a very famous call into the Art Bell radio show that, I don't remember when that thing aired, 80s, 90s. Art Bell, you can do some Googling on that one. Alright. Don't lie to me, people. I know a large number of you still watch fake news, MSM, be it left-wing news or right-wing news. Both wings are on the same bird, the Phoenix. National or local news, the fix is in. So have you noticed more and more coverage of UFOs lately in the headlines? Headlines such as, Pentagon releases actual video footage involving a UFO. Seen any of that, people? Ring any bells? They've been setting us up for this for a long time. In the soundbite, we go back to the early 1900s with Aleister Crowley. That is some weird son of a bitch. The 40s with Jack Parson and L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard, as you just heard, founded Scientology and wrote the bestseller book, Dianetics. Jack Parson, JPL, Jack Parson Laboratories, big part of the Never a Straight Answer space program. Murray Wood, also known as Hollywood. Oh yeah, that magical wood that sorcerers' magic wands are made from. Hollywood, home of the endless space invasion movies from the 1950s till today. Movies shown on highly light reflective screens. Just saying. Let's just take one more visit to the very first scripture. It's not going to kill you, people. Okay. We're going back to 2 Thessalonians 2, 10, 13. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. I won't even have to go any further than that, because that's the reason you're going to get the strong delusion. Failing hearts of man, people, sounds like heart attacks. This thing is going to be a horror show. I'm telling you. It would take a long list to list out the number of the Creator's truths. And we're not going to get into the Son of God is the way, the truth, and the life, because that is very important too. But there are also other truths. The list of truths of the Creator that man has thrown to the ground, including the very description of his created cosmology. Yep, flat Earth makes you kind of laugh, doesn't it? That there's retards like me out there that believe that. The impenetrable firmament, the dome. Oh yeah, man had tried to penetrate the dome back in the late 50s. Ever heard of Project Dominique? Ever heard of Operation Fishbowl? Do the Google if interested, people. They've tried to break through the firmament, but even today, good old 2021, best they can achieve is low Earth orbit. They'll admit it. They say it themselves. They want to achieve that. Project Orion. Google that. So Team Evil had to destroy the Creator's cosmology in our minds to usher in the strong delusion we just read about. They started on most of us in the early grades at school, people. Every classroom had a globe. Did they not? Johnny, can you point on the globe where you think you live? Oh yeah, teacher. I'll point to you. I'll point you with the middle finger extended. Then Hollywood with movies and TV shows. Star Trek, ring any bells, people? All reinforced in our minds what the high priests of scientism, or science so-called, the priests, the same ones who gave us the Mona Corona scam. You had to buy their bullshit about Ball Earth and deep space to accept aliens. The goddamn aliens. Extraterrestrials. Hiding the fact they're here now. Always have been. The extra-dimensionals. Demons, people. And it seems to be two general groups of peoples in their mindsets. I don't know how to describe that. The first group is people filled with hopium, thinking things will get better. And then there's people who think it will get much worse before it gets better. Get better, people? You ain't seen nothing. There's something else that happened in 1922, but I'm trying to figure out how to mention it on YouTube. People, you might just as well enjoy the show, because you know what? I got stuff to do and this video ran long.